Alright, so 4b, I did the same thing with as in 4a where I added 360 to see how many rotations this is going to take. So negative 630 degrees, we start on 0, and we're going the negative direction. So that's going to be negative 360 and 270 more. So 270 more would land right here. So there's the angle. Okay, so the coordinates associated with this angle are 0, 1. Okay, so we're going to do the sine of negative 630 would be the 1. Cosine of negative 630 is 0. Tangent of that angle is undefined. Reciprocal of 1 is 1. Reciprocal of 0 is undefined. And reciprocal of undefined is 0. That's it. Alright, so for negative 25 pi over 6, the first thing I did is convert the improper fraction to a mixed fraction or a mixed number. So I ended up with negative 4 and 1/6 pi. So again, starting on 0, negative 4 and 1/6 would mean negative 2, negative 4, and then 1/6 more would be just right here, past it. Right there, so it's 330 degrees or 11 pi over 6. So the coordinates associated with this angle are positive radical 3 over 2, negative 1/2. Okay, so sine of negative 25 pi over 6 is negative 1/2. The cosine of negative 25 pi over 6 is radical 3 over 2. The tangent is negative 1 over radical 3, so when you simplify that, you get negative radical 3 over 3. Cosecant is negative 2. Secant is 2 radical 3 over 3, again when you take the reciprocal and simplify it. And then cotangent would be negative radical 3. Alright, so negative 15 pi over 4. Again, change that to a mixed number, so you get negative 3 and 3/4 pi. So we start on 0. So that's negative 1, negative 2, negative 3 pi, and 3/4 of a pi more would end up about here. And so the coordinates associated with this angle are radical 2 over 2, radical 2 over 2. Okay, so my sine is radical 2 over 2. Cosine is radical 2 over 2, the x. Tangent is y over x, so when you take this number over this number, the answer is 1. Reciprocal of 2 over radical 2. Again, I've shown you in class, right, like this, so when you rationalize it, you end up with radical 2. Same thing with this one. And then reciprocal of 1 is 1. Alright, so for letter A, they want, or for number 5 actually, they want the answer solutions in both degrees and radians that make this equation true. So we know that cosine is negative in quadrants 2 and 3. So we're looking for this angle, and then we're looking for this angle right here. The ratio 1/2 for cosine is given to the, in quadrant 2, would be 2 pi over 3. So theta is 2 pi over 3. And in quadrant 4, it's 4 pi over 3. In degrees, that would be 120 degrees for 2 pi over 3 and 240 degrees for 4 pi over 3. For letter B, tangent theta is radical 3. So we know that the tangent is positive here and here. So we're looking for this angle, and then we're also looking for this angle right here. So remember, tangent is y over x. So that means it's radical 3 over 1. But remember, this came from the unit circle, so you had a 2 as a denominator. So 1/2 radical 3 over 2 is the ordered pair, because it's x comma y, right? So in quadrant 1, let me just change the color, that was pi over 3. And in quadrant 3, that would be 4 pi over 3. So in degrees, it would be 60 degrees, and 4 pi over 3 would be 240 degrees. Alright, for letter C, cosecant theta is undefined, and remember, cosecant theta is r over y. So for a ratio to be undefined, the y, or the denominator, would have to be 0. So where on the unit circle is the y 0? Okay, so that would be right here at 1, 0, and right here at negative 1, 0. Okay, so the angles, remember we're looking for the angles, not ratios. So the angle would be 0 in radians and pi. In degrees, it would be 0 degrees and 180 degrees.